Consider yourself lucky if you are a bag holder of XRP. Why I say so? Listen to this, you'll understand.
Using that as a means of value to transfer between different networks. So can you imagine a stable coin, a digital asset of some sort that can travel between Ethereum networks, Bitcoin, Hyperledger, Quarter, and be able to be understood and transacted across different types of platforms? And we can do that with our technology. And so
crypto industry itself will come together, keeping aside the differences for many things, because nations are coming out and opening doors to the industry where players are abiding to regulations, and those who solve people's problem will have an upper hand in this. Now, why I'm actually pointing that out? For that, you have to actually listen to this one.
And the only thing that happens is some gambling application gets built on it. You know, that does not help people. You need to identify what's the human problem you're solving in banking, in financial services, in non-banking. And the good news is you partner with the biggest players and they will listen to you. So for the first time, startups actually have a say in helping big corporates like the Amexes and IBMs of the world to solve that problem together, because they recognize the agility and the innovation that startups bring. And this ecosystem is just built overnight. You know, you're seeing this every day. Fintech is one of the biggest sectors.
If you see value in the video, please do hit the like, subscribe, and the bell notification icon to get notified about the future videos. Now, it is kind of clear from this that even if you say we are completely decentralized platform, and if it is not solving existing pain points of normal individuals, then it may not survive. And in the new carnage which is coming ahead, many coins will actually disappear. And are you actually ready to hold on to the future ruler of all assets? Welcome to the Scientific Investor channel, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. If all the money or value is moving through the Interledger protocol or the ILP using the bridge asset XRP, then the burn rate itself will be able to rise the price on a daily, weekly, or even monthly basis. The talk about Fedcoin is there, I agree, from a couple of months, but when you actually go through that, what you have to understand is, why is it still there? If national governments need to monitor the movement of value, and then they need to eliminate cash from the system, and they are trying to do that. I agree. And once cash is eliminated, they need an asset of some sort which can actually move across all different ledgers. Let it be, of banks or businesses, let it be of small firms or big firms. That doesn't matter. They need an asset to move across all these ledgers simultaneously, and thus that asset should have enough scalability, less fee, and they will actually consider that as a huge change from the existing system. So when the governments are considering this, they will be looking at some sort of asset which abide by the regulations. And the other matter coming up will be the utilization of energy. So coins which consume a lot of energy to do the transaction, or at least validate the transaction, will not actually survive the coming years. When governments are actually unveiling their plan for technology-free zones, we have actually seen this in South Korea, Portugal, Middle East. So when they are actually coming up with this, they do have their own regulations, right? So if the companies are not actually going through that, then, it can't actually thrive, because the legal framework which is there is to promote the upcoming thing, and in a cross-sector manner. So here also what you have to understand is, they are actually looking at something which can actually go through all the different sectors. So the Interledger protocol comes into play even there. Now, people still have doubts regarding, should I hold, should I trade? I see this comments going on in my comment section of many of the videos, and I'll try to address that as what I understand from the chart. So yes, looking at the price fluctuation, we may think that trading will surely give us more profit. Now, yes, I agree that that will be in multiples of 10 or 100, but it is kind of difficult. Now, let's see why it is. Say, for example, consider this one. The first movement here, okay, now I'm taking only the bull run area. because during the bearish phase, if you are trading, that won't actually give you much of a profit considering the bull run. So now I'm trying to be conservative for both the cases, whether you're holding or trading. So in that aspect, say in the bull run, the first pump here was around 100%, and after the pump you can see that the price dropped around 20%. So if you are able to buy at the bottom, say you're using $1,000 and you bought at the bottom, now it's 100% up, so you now have $2,000. Then the price actually went down, you bought exactly at the bottom. Now these are just assumptions, right? And then the price again pumped 700%, then went down 62%, then went up 1500%, that's 1500%, and then dropped 70%, then went up 3000%. So in that aspect, if you were to catch the exact bottoms for buying position and the tops for taking out your profits, then yes, that $1,000 would have been turned into millions. I agree that. But think you are just holding the position from this bottom. You're holding that buy of $1,000 and you are waiting, and say you couldn't actually get the exact top because you were not trading and looking at the price or following the price instantly. And you actually, when the price went around 70% down from the top and bounced, say you sold somewhere here, you get around 23,000%. So that's kind of say 200 times your money. Still, that's not a small profit. Say the $1,000 would have been turned into $200,000 to $30,000. Whereas, yes, when you trade, you could have made millions. But when the price was moving like this in the market, say at least from the 2017, I was here in the market. And yes, I didn't have that much experience in crypto. I was really new to crypto at that time. So I can clearly say that when the price moves up like this, say 100%, and when it drops, you don't know till where it drops. You don't know whether to buy for the full position. And based on the common sense, what we will do is say you had $1,000, you bought here, you got exact top $2,000. Okay, when the price goes down, what you will do is mostly you will put the 1,000 again, thinking that okay, if the price goes up, I'll buy more. If it drops, I'll buy for 1,000 again. So I'll keep 1,000 aside. So the same will actually be implemented here, here, and here, which will reduce the return on investment which we talked initially. And considering say you couldn't get the exact top, you couldn't get the exact bottom, all those hassle will reduce the amount somewhere closer to that of holding. So instead of going through all those stress, following the charts on a daily basis, hourly basis, that is really stressful. If you are a family guy, if you are a devotional guy, you won't actually get time to spend for your devotion, your meditation, your family stuff. So personally, I consider holding is much better, because yes, the return on investment is not that high considering if you were an excellent trader, but I'm not an excellent trader, so I prefer to hold. So that's my opinion based on these charts for XRP and its price fluctuation. Now, some of the scientific investor family members actually were pointing out how the price is actually moving on a shorter time frame, as they would like to understand what's happening with the price fluctuations as of now. So this is how I see this on a shorter time frame. Say this is a 4-hour chart, and you can actually see this trend line support moving. The price touched that point 1.12 area, then bounced, came back to around 0.135, then again bounced and came back to 0.145, then bounced, came back to around 0.16, and eventually it reached that top for that short-term trend, and it was consolidating. Now this horizontal support here at 0.182 is actually holding as of now, but if you look at the trend line resistance here, we just broke above that, and it's not only we broke above that, now we are also bouncing from there and kind of giving a bull flag. Now if you actually zoom into a 2-hour chart, it's actually clear that we are actually making a bull flag. So if we are managing to break above that particular level, which is 0.196, then that will actually take us above 0.2. So if we are above 0.2, that's a long-term trend line resistance which is there from last 1 year. So breaking that is kind of so much bullish for me in my attitude. I will actually turn so bullish and I would buy as much as possible when I get a confirmed break here. Now why I'm saying this, if you can actually note this line, you can actually see I'm actually connecting all the bounds here at the top. So that's kind of the support resistance area at the top, where previously the price was being resisted and supported, now being resisted. We have actually tried to go above that, but we haven't managed to do that yet. But if we actually break above this, get a confirmation and move above, then for me that will be a buy signal, and I'll actually buy 80% of what I've actually kept aside. The dry powder will be put into that and I'll shoot it there. If you see value in the video, please do hit the like, subscribe and the bell notification icon to get notified about the future videos. Help the channel grow, reach out to more of our community members.